Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? It's day 20 of RPG A Day 2021. And the word I chose today out of our four possibilities was lineage. It was really kind of a toss-up for me between lineage and foundation, because you can say a lot of things about foundation as well. And in fact, they kind of go hand in hand, at least in this topic, at least the way I took it. And it's been one of those things that I really enjoy. It's no secret to anybody that's watched this channel. I enjoy diving into games, seeing what makes them tick, taking them apart, really seeing how they work, the mechanics, the procedures, everything about them, the way they're written, the whole culture of play around them, all that kind of stuff is kind of fascinating to me. See how they actually play, how they actually work. And one of the things that becomes really apparent as you do that is you start to see the evolution of games. You start to see the lineage behind them. And it's really easy to look at something and say, oh, this is really innovative, and then all of a sudden discover that, oh no, in fact, somebody did it before, and more than likely they're using that as a inspiration for what they're doing. And it's funny I choose the word inspiration because that particular mechanic has been used many, many times as an advantage. Certainly not the first game to do that. And it's quite remarkable looking at things like that. And I've gone down some really deep rabbit holes. I probably most notable was, and not finished, looking at the current state of PBTA games and the internet wisdom, if you will, the accepted best practices, according to the PBTA gurus or whatever you want to call it, and comparing those games, those best practices to Apocalypse World, the original game, and seeing how different they are, seeing what parts are missing or different, and even looking at something like the off-cited Monster Hearts and seeing the differences between Apocalypse World and that. And I've kind of, I haven't made a video here about it, but I've talked to my friends about it. It's kind of interesting when you put them side by side. But this video really isn't about PBTA games and Monster Hearts and Apocalypse World, or is it? Well, not really. There's a bunch of games that I can look at or I've seen that were highly influential, and things like The Pool by James West is one of the ones that comes to mind. But things where some certain concepts came up, and a lot of games owe like inspiration to those things. But the one that really knocked me out the most, and one I heard about, people kept on talking about how innovative this game was, uh, is Ghostbusters by West End Games. I don't know exactly when they put it out, a long time ago now. And I finally got a chance to take a look at it, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that, and they were right. It's amazing. It's this short little game, but there are so many concepts in there, and the procedures, the mechanics, the way the game is structured and played, that you realize, oh my God, there's so many games that owe a big part of what they are to that game, and it was tremendously influential, and it's a base part of the lineage of many, many games. And it's something you have to read for yourself. It kind of ruins it if I sit there and explain it to you. So I would encourage you to go check that out. It's not a long read, but imagine, I guarantee you'll have your socks knocked off, especially if you played a lot of other games and games you would consider innovative, and you're like, oh my gosh, they all get it from this stupid little game. Pretty cool. Still haven't had a chance to play it, but I still would like to because it just looks like a real hoot. Anyhow, so next time you open a new game, read it, check it out, see if you can figure out where some of its lineage comes from. Maybe a lot of it is innovative, but it could be there's some parts that it's really kind of taken inspiration from a lot of different areas. Maybe some cross-pollination, if I can talk. Really, really cool stuff, interesting stuff to me. Is it to you? I don't know.